Encompass, Tinker, Unveil, Forge 4つの動詞を厳選しました。このシリーズの動詞をどうやって選ぶんですか？何か基準とかありますか？とよく聞かれます。簡単に言うとですね、新聞とか、あとは海外メディアのニュースとかですね。あとは最近、ポッドキャストバシバシ聞いてますね。去年から BBC のアンキャニーという番組を、聞いてて、何かをしながら、例えば家事とか、あとは散歩中とかですね。その内容から取ったりしてますね。当たり前なことなんですが、英語ネイティブの子供たちは余裕で使ってるのに、なぜかうちの生徒さん、大人の生徒さんが全然知らない動詞もありますね。でも子供がもうじゃんじゃん使ってますね。逆に日本の子供が使う日本語はすっごい言葉使ってるなといつも感心します。よくこんな難しい言葉使ってるな、どうやって勉強してきたんだろうと毎日のように、思ってます。とにかくあなたに役立つ動詞をピックアップをしてみました。Are you ready to move on with the first verb? Remember to take a screenshot or write them down in your notebook. Let's build up those verbs. The first verb is encompass. 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 Here's the meaning in Japanese. Imagine you draw a big circle. Everything inside the circle is being encompassed. Simply speaking, everything inside the circle is being included or surrounded. It's like a big hug. You know the word compass. It can be used in two ways. This kind of compass for direction and this kind of compass for drawing circles in math. The forest encompasses many different kinds of trees and animals. So it means the forest has all those things in it. They all come together to make a forest. When we use the word encompass, we have to set parameters like a particular scope or area. It's often used for talking about the big picture to describe the idea of including or surrounding a broad set of elements. The new policy aims to encompass the needs of both employees and employers. So, the policy has to include and it has to satisfy both parties. So, it plans to encompass both sets of needs. The research project will encompass a thorough analysis of historical documents and contemporary data. So like in a research project, it has to encompass, it has to include both this kind of data and this kind of data to give a good balanced research project. It has to encompass. Here's a quote from Jane Fallon, an English author and television producer. She's also been the partner of Ricky Gervais since 1982. What I find weird is that the term chicklet is used to encompass literally anything a woman writes about relationships. It's the assumption that because you're female, you must write in a certain way. I don't understand why that is. It's a bit demeaning. The second verb is tinker. 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 This is what it means in Japanese. People who love to tinker with things are very curious about how they work. They like to take things apart and put them back together, sometimes to repair them. The verb tinker doesn't sound all that serious. You're doing it for fun, like a kid playing with a toy. It's enjoyable. That's how Tinkerbell from Peter Pan got her name. If you take your car to the dealer because it's making a funny noise, I hope the mechanic isn't just tinkering with it. Kids tinker with toys. Dads tinker with the lawnmower. Chefs tinker with the recipe. And artists tinker with colours. Instead of buying a new motorbike, Tim preferred to tinker with his old one, upgrading parts to improve its performance. So there we go. You can use the word tinker for somebody who likes tinkering with their car or tinkering with their bicycle. Tinker, tinker, tinker. Sarah hates following recipes exactly. She likes to tinker with them, adding her own twist to make her dishes unique. So actually, I'm like that. I like to tinker with the recipe, add a little extra herb or a little extra something, a bit of this, bit of that, to tinker with the recipe to make it taste even better. Well, I think so. Let's have a real life quote from Darrell Hammond, American actor and comedian, famous for his great impersonation of Donald Trump. In an era of parental paranoia, lawsuit mania and testing frenzy, we're failing to inspire our children's curiosity, creativity, and imagination. We're denying them opportunities to tinker, discover, and explore. In short, to play. Oh, I can't get this blooming thing to work. Dad was tinkering with that the other day. I think he's gone and broken it. Let me have a look at it. It looks as dead as a dodo. It says on the side here, encompasses the cleaning of not only carpet, but hardwood floors. Wait a minute. Hardwood floors? I saw him taking it out to his workshop. He's got hardwood floors out there. Maybe something happened there. Hang on. I think I found the problem. That's ladies' clothing. And it's not mine. Looks like Dad's been doing more than just tinkering in his workshop. The third verb is unveil. 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 What does it mean in Japanese? This traditionally comes from removing the veil or a piece of cloth covering something which has been kept secret. It's used metaphorically for making a public announcement, especially about a new product, a new plan, a new artwork, a new statue, a new discovery. It goes without saying that we also use it during wedding ceremonies, when the veil comes off to show everyone the identity of the beautiful bride. The scientist is set to unveil groundbreaking research findings at the international conference. So we often use unveil for like a huge announcement for some very important information that's been kept secret until that time. The celebrity couple chose to unveil their engagement on social media with a heartfelt post. So again, we can unveil like an engagement, unveil the sex of a baby, if it's going to be a boy or a girl, or unveil, usually for good things. It's not usually unveil for like a divorce or something. Yeah, usually good things. Let's have a quote from Forrest Whitaker, an American actor and film producer who won an Oscar in 2007 for Best Actor in the movie The Last King of Scotland. I stay true because whatever the project is, I'm still looking for inside of that character. It's the thing that connects him to me and to everybody else. So the search is the same. It's to unveil the truth. And that's how I stay true, because my purpose isn't altered. Next up, we've got forge. 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 In Japanese, you'd say, There are actually a lot of common ways to use the verb forge. I'd like to focus on 3 of them. The first one is to build a strong relationship between 2 people or 2 groups. The US and Japan have forged a good relationship. The second meaning is to make an illegal copy of something, a fake or a pirate copy, a forgery, a forged banknote, a forged passport, a forged painting, a forged signature. The third one is to move forward gradually, especially during difficult times. The results were disappointing, but let's forge on. The detective discovered that someone had attempted to forge the CEO's signature on important documents. So that's more common than you would think, to forge somebody's signature. I suppose these days we have the finger, you get someone's finger and put it on their phone when they're asleep. Steve Jobs forged a way for the telecommunications industry, changing it forever. So he made such a monumental change, he had to forge through a lot of difficulties, so he moved steadily, steadily, steadily. He forged a way for all the other companies to follow suit. Here's a quote from Kamala Harris, Vice President of the United States. History has proven that each generation of Howard graduates will forge the way forward for our country and our world. It says in the newspaper today that the government are unveiling a plan to introduce Technology Detox Day. What does that encompass exactly? Well, it says that once a month there will be a designated day where people will be encouraged to turn off all their devices and embrace the joy of simple living. I don't think that's going to catch on. According to this article, they're forging ahead with the plan. And they've got the backing of some very big companies. Well, if it's anything like Premium Friday, it's got to be a complete waste of time. Well, I'm willing to give it a try. It sounds like just the kind of thing we all need. Maybe it's going to be good for your father. It's homework time. Okay, if you've never tried the homework, please give it a try. It's a great way to get to know each other. Okay, so please make a sentence using the following words. Okay, Toyota, unveil, revolutionary. Okay, so get those 3 words, arrange them in any way that you want to, and make a beautiful sentence. Put it down in the comments and I'll check it as soon as I can. Okay, best of luck! とにかくあなたに役立つ動詞をピックアップをしてみました。役立つ動詞をピックアップをしてみました。とにかくあなたに役立つ動詞をピックアップしてみました。